battery energy storage system, the proposed system. Last year, we knew we had a big fight on our hands, and we were trying to figure out, like, how are we going to fight this thing, right? It's an uphill battle. Mayor Pro Tem Johns and I met with ENGIE, and we asked them for some questions in September. We didn't hear anything back. I've talked about that on the dais. I also mentioned it at a couple weeks ago. There was a community meeting. I mentioned at the community meeting. As a result of that, I have received the answers back from ENGIE, and the city manager has the answers to those questions. I'd also requested last year, trying to do something for our residents so our residents would have their voices heard. The CEC will have a hearing in the area. And so trying to figure out how can we have Laguna Niguel residents at the table and get as many comments as we can as possible. And so hoping to have a hearing here. We've heard back. We had the city attorney send a letter to the CEC. We've heard back. It's not a formal denial, but they need a space that fits 1,000 people. We don't have that kind of space in Laguna Niguel, so we don't have the capability, and we're unable to meet those requirements. So it's not likely that that's going to happen. So I just want to give that update. They're probably going to want it at a high school, and we don't have a high school in Laguna Niguel. So unfortunately, this year things have taken a turn. We've got a little bit of momentum right now, and not great for Moss Landing, who in Monterey County experienced a terrible fire at their battery energy system. But that's giving us a little bit of momentum. We've even got Aaron Brockovich on our side, if you haven't heard, the well-known advocate against corporate pollution and a tireless advocate for public health, is joining in a lawsuit to sue, joining on behalf of the residents to sue the owners of this battery energy storage system. So also momentum is because of that fire. Assemblymember Don Addis has introduced AB 303. And AB 303 is the Battery Energy Safety and Accountability Act to improve safety standards and restore local oversight for energy storage facilities in California. Requires critical local engagement in the permitting process for battery or energy storage facilities. Creates environmental setback requirements for sensitive areas, schools, hospitals, and natural habitats. So this is a step in the right direction. If this is passed, the proposed San Juan Capistrano facility would not be able to be built as it's been submitted to the CEC currently. So I'm proud to support AB 303. I know our mayor has sent a letter of support to Assemblymember Don Addis. I will be in Sacramento lobbying on behalf of our residents in April, and I have a meeting with Assemblymember Don Addis. I happen to know her, had a connection to her already, so I've talked to her a little bit about this. And one of the things she said that we can do to help is to get institutions to support AB 303, schools, hospitals, environmental groups, those kinds of people, those kinds of institutions to support AB 303, and that would be very helpful in our fight. So I think we are in a unique leadership position here where we should really try to get this thing passed. So I know Assemblymember Lori Davies is carefully reviewing all legislation on this matter, and I am hoping that she will support AB 303. If any of our council members have relationships with Assembly members, I'm hoping we'll all be out there trying to get our contacts to support AB 303 as well. So it's so important, and we're going to be able to hopefully not only help our own residents, but be a part of good change around the state. I am so proud of Blessin and the community work that they've done. They represented Laguna Niguel so incredibly well. And I know they're going to continue to do so. I am so optimistic. I have been optimistic about this project from the beginning. And someone asked me the other day, they're like, well, why are you so optimistic? And I'm like, if you don't believe that you can win, then you can't even get there. So you have to believe that you can win this battle. And, you know, when I was a kid, I played soccer, and I played soccer for over 10 years. And I was a midfielder, and the midfielder is the workhorse and kind of a little bit of a strategist, right? Because you have to pass the ball to someone else to kick the goal. And what the activists do is the hard work, right? I had to run up and down the field. If the ball would get kicked back, I'd have to run it all the way back, right? And that's what you have to do in activism. And so I am so proud of Blesson and the hard work that they have done to try to get the ball down the field. And I know we can score the goal in the end. And I am very optimistic that we're going to win this fight. And I think it's important. I think it's important that we all work together to defeat this. As I've said many times, I support renewable energy, but not when it threatens the health and safety of people and property. It's just a terrible idea.